Hi everyone, it's Nicole Stroop from the Lake County ROE again. I wanted to take this time to talk to you a little bit about choice boards. So while you might be settling into remote learning, you might be thinking about how you can differentiate your lessons with your students and use that asynchronous learning time that they might be needing. So choice boards would be a great way for you to be able to provide that differentiation for students and kind of minimize all that workload for you. So here's an example of one that I found. It's on Pinterest, and I'll share with you in a minute where I got that. But a teacher just went through, created one for grades 3 through 5, actually, and just put together these simple boards for read. So this would be her reading choice boards where students are going through and picking a few of these tasks, but not all of them. And they're having some choice in their learning. However, they're still diving into those standards that you have chosen that you want to continue with throughout this remote learning time. So this is an example of one that you can do for reading. And here's an example that she has for a particular math standard. So you see how it looks fairly similar. The students all have choice, and there's some differentiation taking place. Now you can put in place how many of these tasks you would like your students to be able to choose from. And there's a variety of different boards you can use. So this is just one example. Another example I have here is a tic-tac-toe board. So if you want to do something with vocabulary, you can encourage students to do that. Now, some of these things can be plugged or they can be unplugged. They can be trying different technology integration tools. I would really recommend start with what they're familiar with. If you want to introduce a new tool, do that before you give them the choice board with that tool in here. But this particular one has a variety of different tech tools that they can use, like the Play with Our Comment. So just a really fun way for students to show their learning in a variety of different ways with that particular content that you're going through. Another option is to use a menu. So just kind of like a restaurant menu and having students go through that. Now, the person that I've gotten most of this information from is Shake Up Learning with Casey Bell. She's awesome. If you don't follow her, do. She's got a lot of free resources out there, some things you do have to pay for, but her website's great, her blogs are great, her podcasts are great. And she just has this nice little download that you can go through. And if you go to her website, you can check out those digital choice boards, what they are, and she'll give you this free template that looks like this tic-tac-toe board. So if you're wanting to create your own, you can go through and have students do a different tic-tac-toe board with whatever that content may be. And what's great about choice boards is they work for any age student and they work for any content area. So you can come up with a variety of different ways that you want your students to explore and produce some artifacts for you into how they're learning the material that you're covering. So really simple, but do check her out. She is, again, here's her information, shakeuplearning.com, and you can go to and find these digital choice boards with that download there. As you can see, there's also a PD bingo. So I've seen this out there on Twitter a lot where districts are putting together, or coaches are putting together a variety of different PD options for their teachers. And this is awesome for remote learning because there's all these different tech tools that we're trying to embrace. There's all these different tech resources that we're trying to embrace, and we don't necessarily have that training on the back end, but people are putting together different bingo ideas with some of those tech integration tools, or just some SEL things, like how are you taking care of yourself at home, or how should you be taking care of yourself as a student too. So don't make this all about tech. You certainly can, but these are just really nice ways to give students and adults choices into what they're doing. Now they are different than a hyperdoc. A hyperdoc, you might just give a lot of links and have students go through their content that they're exploring. You can provide choice in hyperdocs, but that isn't necessarily the focus of a hyperdoc. The focus of a choice board is to provide that choice, that they're not exploring all those options, they're not doing it all at the same time, and that they have some choice into what they're doing and how they're producing those artifacts. Now, in this particular download that I got from Casey, she does link you to a Pinterest board that she's created. So if you're big on Pinterest, you can check this out also. But she's just put down a whole bunch of awesome boards that people have already created. So if you're looking for math ideas, if you're looking for ELA ideas, vocabulary, word study, things for high school, things for kindergarten, they're all here. So definitely do check out Pinterest because there are some really great resources there that you can find for free if you're not wanting to create them on your own. Another person I love to go to is Alice Keeler. So she's got some great choice boards here too. A lot of hers are tech-based, but she does give you some ideas as to what you can do with that. She'll give you a blog post that goes along with that particular tech tool that she's encouraging, and you can check out her resources there also. So do follow her and Shake Up Learning. And again, they'll give you some free resources, or you can go and just check out on the web different things that are out there as well. So these are just a few of my favorites that you might want to check out. But like I said, do follow those two, Alice Keeler and Casey Bell, and they'll give you tons of options and free resources on choice boards. So good luck, enjoy. I hope that you have fun creating some of these with your content that you're producing for your students, and that your students have a lot of fun in that choice that you're providing them to show you those artifacts and products of their learning. Enjoy.